So we're going to start with, I'm so sorry, Faye, I didn't hear the rest of your story, but I really enjoyed it. And Alex and Rebecca, thank you so much for this retreat. Really lovely to hear everyone's modalities and everyone's way of healing. And I'm kind of continuing on from, I really wanted to hear what Faye had to say actually, because I thought I was going to see how it could kind of come into this self-love yoga flow. I actually kind of realized it's probably not going to flow as much, just because I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely feeling a bit frazzled. Maybe I need to like slow it down and ground a little bit more. So yeah, I'm Nanaco. I live in Yoko, Japan. It's about 10 past 3 now. I know Alex through kind of like online, so this kind of Rose Cluny, like how do you say, like program and online. And usually I teach snowboarders and skiers yoga because it snows a lot where I live and I like to snowboard. And I kind of saw that there's in the snow ski industry, I found two things. So one thing was that it's very heavily, I find that there's a sort of way to find yourself, which is maybe when you're in your early 20s, it's like more towards finding yourself through partying and drinking. And I feel like eventually, depending on if you continue to that, which I've kind of stopped doing so, or you kind of go into towards more wellness and for some people yoga and looking after themselves. And I think a lot of us who come into wellness and yoga have had, like Michaela said, and even Faye said, have had traumas and want to kind of heal them themselves and not use victim mentality, even though obviously things have happened to us, and to move away from that into a sort of more nurturing. And I think that with also what I found in the snow sports industry is that there's a lot of lack of female, very big lack of female empowerment. I used to always have female friends, had one guy friend, and back in the UK where my family lives, and I kind of missed that. So I started to create this time last year when this pandemic started. I started to do goddess circles, which is kind of similar to this. Obviously, we do them in real life. We've had quite loose restrictions out here in the countryside in Japan, and we're kind of bubbled anyway. I mean, it's really quiet here, and they've just been the most healing experience to really do something like this, where you connect with other women. Obviously, you can also connect with any other genders, just connecting with people. And I've really realized that through being made to isolate, I realized that living in the forest where I live, if maybe you live also somewhere a bit remote, I think even if you live in the city, you can feel very lonely. And then maybe things happen between people and relationships, and then we kind of withdraw within ourselves, and being made to sort of isolate somewhat, like we can't travel, some of us can't see our family and friends and so on. I think that perhaps you don't need to look far to connect with even just yourself, but with others. Maybe you need to look at the circle you have around you and start to sort of take your time to nurture more of those relationships. And through goddess circles, I've looked more into like friendships and connection, and it always just comes back down to how much, I think even for you guys, just listening to the last few like, you know, wellness modalities by Kayla and Faye and Rebecca and Rin, is that really once we accept ourselves and we really let go of society and the conditioning that we have while growing up, we can really withdraw in. And self-love is definitely what I think is, self-awareness and self-love is definitely the way to go forward. So I've done a lot of talking. Let me see if I can see you guys, because there's not much point me seeing myself. Hopefully everyone can see me and hear me. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to ground. So bringing yourself, if you're not already on your yoga mat, if you're sitting down, that's fine. You could probably just breathe the whole way and probably do some of these on the chair. But so you're going to bring the right hand, it's going to be the opposite on the screen, up to your heart, and then the left hand up to your stomach. And then here, I just realized I don't have a clock, so just bear with me. We're going to do deep breaths here. So it's just kind of a If you don't meditate, this is a really nice way to just really bring yourself down from, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, I'm a bit like, oh, so just bringing yourself back down, being grounded, and just really taking deep breaths here. So deeply in through the nose. And then exhaling through the nose again. And then do 4 more of those at your own pace. So inhaling through the nose. And just really seeing, is your breath more in your chest? Is your breath really short? And hopefully you can get it to be a little bit longer, a little bit heavier. And hopefully you kind of start to breathe more from your belly. Just get that body. About 3 more deep breaths here. And then final breath here. A nice deep inhale. And nice deep exhale. Just leave your hands exactly where they are. If your eyes are closed, stay where you are. Just checking in on how are you feeling. You don't need to judge whether it's good or bad. It's just what it is. And also, how is your body feeling? So next we're going to bring the left hand, you can open your eyes if you'd like to, onto the heart. And here, we're going to just keep sort of breathing about 5 times. So hopefully your breath is nice and slow. Hoping you're feeling much more relaxed. Whatever is going on, I think we'd be kidding ourselves if anybody isn't feeling affected by the news, by fake news, real news, vaccinations, lack of travel, Afghanistan, and all these things are happening, and it can feel really hard to can feel kind of fight or flight. But that's why the breath is so important. You can always just come back and breathe, and like Rin said, with her movement and feeling safe, moving out of your mind into your body. And if you generally don't like to do yoga, then you can always go for a walk or draw or cook, or I don't think that you have to do yoga to gain self-awareness or meditation. I think you just have to be present, because that's truly, although it's hard to remember sometimes, what we really have is just the moment now. So bringing both hands now onto the shoulders. So kind of like crossing your arms. So whichever arm is underneath or above, that's totally up to you. And just give yourself a lovely hug. And thank yourself for being here today, for taking care of yourself, for listening to different types of modalities and wellness and healing methods, for doing a little bit of yoga, and thank your body for all that it does for you. Really putting that love from your hands into your body, and give yourself a really nice tight squeeze. And then bringing both hands back down on top of the knees. And then here, relaxing the shoulders and just still coming back to that breath. So inhaling slowly and exhaling slowly. And again, checking in, how are you feeling? Without judgment. And how is your body feeling? And if it's feeling a bit heavy for you, you can always just bring a little smile to your face. And then here, if you had your sort of positive affirmation from Becca's class this morning, this is where you can use it. Otherwise, these are ones that I like to say, that I am worthy. You can repeat that again. I am worthy. I am enough. I am enough. And I am loved. I am loved. And then if you have another affirmation of your own of I am courageous, perhaps, or I am productive, whatever I am affirmation you have here, you can say it out loud. You can just say it in your mind. Let's just stay here for another 2 breaths. And as you inhale, we're going to bring both hands out in front. You're going to just untuck those feet, bring them underneath your bum, and then bring them all the way down. And then your forehead's going to go down to the floor. Hope you can still hear me. And here again, we're going to repeat the affirmation. Either you have your own. I'm going to say, for me personally, and maybe this connects with you, I am enough. I am enough. And then you're going to slowly, as you inhale, press down the palms of your hands. You're going to come up. And then we're going to get moving a little bit. So we're going to bring both feet in front of the mat. And then standing up, always forget to say that. Hands down by your side. And then here really feeling the ground. So like we said earlier, Rin said earlier about, Mother Nature, and really feeling like, at least you could be standing on concrete, but really feeling those feet rooted down on the floor. I'm going to do, you don't have a huge amount of time. I'm going to move a little bit. So we're going to inhale, hands up to the sky. We're going to move fairly slowly. We're going to exhale, bring your hands forward. You can bend the knees if you need to, relax the head, forward fold. And you're going to go halfway. So inhaling, use your hands to shins, the mat, nice long spine looking forward. And then you're going to exhale, forward fold again. We're just going to do a half sun salutation to start with. We're going to do 2. So we're going to inhale, hands up all the way up again. And then hands back down by your side. We're going to do that again. So inhaling, hands up to the sky. And then hands down, exhale, fold in half, forward fold. Relax the head. You're going to inhale, looking forward, nice long spine, halfway fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Then exhale, back into a forward fold, relax the head. And then you're going to inhale, hands all the way up above your head. And then you're going to exhale, hands back down by your side. And again, quick check-in, sort of where your feet sort of hitting the ground, the corners. You're feeling nice and grounded. How's your body feeling? Hopefully a bit more warmed up. And hopefully, how is your heart feeling? Hopefully a little warmer, a little fuzzy, all loved up. And then hands up to the sky. Inhale here. And then we're going to exhale and do a full sun salutation A. Relax the head. You can bend the knees if you want to. Forward fold. Then a halfway fold. Inhale, looking forward. Nice long spine. You're going to exhale down. You're going to prepare your hands. Bring them down into a plank position. Bring both feet behind you. Nice strong plank. I'm going to bring my knees down. You can do the same if you'd like to. You're going to exhale. Bring your elbows in. And then relax, coming all the way down. You're going to press down the palms of your hands. You're going to inhale, come up into little cobra or full cobra. Elbows in, shoulders down. I tend to prefer to squeeze my glutes. I have a bad lower back sometimes. And then exhale all the way down. Press down the palms of your hands. Tuck the toe in. You're going to bring the bum up. And then downward facing dog. So here, I can't see everybody. Hopefully you know your body the best. I'm just sort of guiding you. You are your own teacher, number one teacher. You're going to bend the knees here, pressing down the palms of your hands, sort of pressing that chest down towards the mat. And then here, if you'd like to, let's just shake the head. So any self-limiting beliefs that you might have, that you're not enough, that perhaps we'll never get out of this pandemic, anything sort of that's really crappy and annoying that you want to let go of, just shake it out of your head. No, no, no. And then staying still here in down dog, just one breath here. And then inhaling, looking forward, you're going to bend the knees, you're going to bring right foot, left foot, you can jump if you'd like to, hands to feet, or feet to hands, halfway forward, inhale. Exhale all the way back down. You're going to inhale all the way, hands up above your head. And then exhale, hands back down by your side. And then again, checking in how your feet, ground on the floor, hands by your side, shoulders relaxed. And we're going to go again. So inhaling, hands up to the sky. Exhaling, falling forward. And we're going to inhale, looking forward. Halfway forward, and then exhale all the way down. You're going to prepare for plank. So hands down, feet behind you. Then here, elbows in. Exhale all the way down. And then inhaling again, you're going to come up. Do a small cobra here. Obviously, if you like to do up dog, it's up to you. Relax the shoulders, elbows in. Just a little bit of strength in the glutes there. And then exhale all the way back down. Tuck the toes in, press down on the palms of your hands. And then exhale, relax the head. And then you can bend the knees. I tend to. I've got, if you run or if you cycle, if you do anything where like your hamstrings get a little bit tight, it's pretty normal for your hamstring not to be super, super flexible. That's totally fine. And then here again, let's shake that head. So anything that, you know, you just always think about, negative thing, that thing that's just always recurring, that always comes back, really limiting belief, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're going to be successful, you're not productive enough, all that crap. Just like shake that head, maybe slowly. And then let that go, relax the head, staying in down dog, one breath. And then looking forward, you can jump the feet to your hands. I'm going to walk my feet to my hands. And then inhale, halfway forward, looking forward. Exhale, folding back into a forward fold as you exhale. Then you're going to slowly come all the way back up. Hands up above your head. Then exhale, hands in prayer in front of your heart. And then here again, whatever your affirmation is from Rebecca's lesson, or maybe one that you've repeated to yourself, that you like to repeat to yourself. So you can use it, I am. You can say, I am enough. I am worthy. And then exhale, you're going to slowly bring your hands up above your head. And then you're going to bend the knees, kind of like you're sort of squatting or ski jumping. And then you're going to come all the way down. You're going to get all the way back down to that floor. Hands down, untuck the feet. You're going to bring yourself into a, come into a tabletop position. And then you're going to bring the right knee towards the right wrist. And then the right foot's going to come towards the left wrist. You're going to prepare for pigeon pose. And then left leg back. And then here, obviously, because I can't really see what you're doing, just watch out on your hip. And then right hip is going to, I just tend to sort of press really tiny bit back, left hip a little bit forward. If this is really tight for you on your hips, just stay exactly where you are, nice and high, like where I am. Otherwise, exhale, slowly come all the way down on your forearms, or all the way down, forehead to your hands. And again, if you come all the way down, just make sure the right hip a little bit back, left hip a little bit forward. Because you don't want to just sort of dump into that flexibility. If you're super flexible, and have kind of a little bit of control there. And here we'll stay for 3 breaths. And then final breath here, stay exactly where you are. And then as you exhale, pressing down on the palms of your hands, inhaling, coming up. What you're going to do is press down on that right butt cheek. Left leg's going to come forward, going to cross again, kind of like a cross-legged position. But then you're going to just do the opposite. So right leg back, hands down, hips forward, back into pigeon pose. So here, just saying, like you were earlier, right hip a little bit forward this time, left hip a little bit back. So kind of squares the hip. Excuse my sort of froggy noise that just came out of my mouth. And then you can exhale and come all the way down. Otherwise, stay as high as you need to be. And here we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. And final breath here. And then slowly, as you exhale, just give a bit more pressure there in the hands. And then slowly pressing the hands down as you inhale, coming back up. And then bringing that left butt cheek down. Right leg's going to come forward. And then here you're going to bring both legs in front of you, kind of with the feet kind of what like a footstep away from the knees. And then you're going to slowly roll down. And here we're going to just do a quick bridge pose. So both feet grounded onto the mat. Fine, just for 1, or let's do for 2 breaths. It's always nice to have a really nice neutral spine. I think we sit a lot or we drive, or I think our spine does so much for us. The whole body does so much for us, but that's give the spine a little bit of a rest. And then we're going to get moving again. So both feet down, grounded on the floor. You're going to press the hips up. So inhaling, hips up towards the sky. And here I personally prefer to like squeeze my glute, as it's popular to have a pursy bum, and then hands underneath the bum, elbows in, and then you kind of press your chest up. So kind of a gentle sort of heart opener here. And then 1 more breath where you are and bridge. And then exhale, hands back down by your side. Bring your bum down, and again, back into a neutral spine. See how you feel. And then we're going to slowly bring our feet up. So if you ever really struggle to sleep, I really like to do this pose, or if you work on your feet all day, just to like relax the feet, or to go hiking. And what you can do is legs up the wall, but with an actual wall on like, on the other side of your legs. But here we're going to just stay for 2 breaths. We're running out of time. And then last breath here, as you exhale, bringing both feet down. What we're going to do here is bring both feet together, kind of like you're going to butterfly those legs. Open, and then here again, right hand on the stomach, left hand on the heart. And just remembering that breath earlier that we did, kind of press in on your feet together, a little bit, relax the knees, relax the hips. And do 2 breaths here. And then finally, bringing both knees together, and then bringing the knees in, giving yourself a really nice hug. And again, remember to thank yourself for taking the time out of your day. It's really easy to just like watch Netflix all afternoon or scroll on Instagram for too long. Actually, taking the time out of your day to take care of yourself and your body and your mental health and your mind is a huge achievement. So it's really good to acknowledge it, even the little things. And thanking your body for doing the yoga, for paying attention, and taking part of online retreat with Rebecca. So exhale, bringing both knees down, hands back down by your side, and here, literally all you have to do is Shavasana, so corpse pose. So you're alive, so you're not a corpse. So you very much have lots of thoughts, and I think that's totally fine, but don't pay too much attention to those thoughts. Let it come and notice it, let it go. And just come back to your breath, and we'll do it a bit differently with this Shavasana, because normally you're not meant to be thinking, you're not meant to be sleeping, you're meant to be just relaxing. And then if you'd like to come back to your I am affirmation, I am worthy, I am worthy, and I am enough, I am enough. Another 2 deep breaths here. There is actually a break, so if you want to stay in Shavasana, you are more than welcome to. It's my absolute favorite pose. It's kind of actually why I started yoga. I found that it was great to have adult approved nap time. Otherwise, you can bring both knees in. Give yourself a quick squeeze, quick hug. You deserve it. And then bringing yourself to the right side of the mat. Kind of in a fetal position. 1 breath here. And then pressing down on the left palm of your hand. Bring yourself up. And then bringing yourself back into the cross-legged position. And here, bringing both hands down to your side. Just wait for 1 breath. And then we're going to inhale, hands up above your head. And seeing as this is a spiritual online retreat, I'm going to bring both hands up to your head. And may you have kind and loving thoughts always for yourself, always back to self-love, but also for others. And bring your hands up to your mouth. May you have kind and loving communications always for yourself and also for others. And then hands up to your chest or your heart. May you have kind, loving intentions utmost for yourself and also for others. And hopefully your heart here as you check in feels a little more full, a little more in a good way, and a little lighter, and a little more loved up. Thank you so much for joining me. And I have Instagram, nano.yoga, and on YouTube I have lots of free skiers yoga, and I'm going to try and do a bit more sort of yoga like this because I like it. And yeah, I hope you feel a little more love and hopefully more confident from